Well, hello, Yoga Moguls. Welcome to April 15th, 2020 Yoga Mogul Gathering. And we are in the middle of a global pandemic, and these are unprecedented times in our lives. And I just want to take a moment to acknowledge what's going on right now. Now, the important part, guys, is to acknowledge what's going on and how you're feeling without making it worse. Right? And also the important part is to feel all the feelings and let the energy move through you without being stuck in those emotions and feelings where we get overwhelmed with stress and tension and fear and overwhelm to the point where we are in our most unresourceful state. Because when we're in our unresourceful state, we can't function, we can't make good decisions, because any decision made in fear, out of fear, is inherently a crappy decision. So the point of this call today is to help you ground down and shift into a more resourceful state. That's when you get access to creativity. That's when you get access to your divine guidance. That's when you can come up with ideas, what to do, how to do, and when to do, even in these scary pandemic times. After that, I want to give you some practical stuff, because as you know me, I'm all about like practical stuff. So I'll share with you some of the ideas of what we can do as leaders, as spiritual and entrepreneurs, what we can do now for our businesses, for our communities and our teams. In particular, we'll talk about communication and what kind of communication needs to happen these days. And also, again, I'll give you some ideas of what to do now in your business, in your leadership. I'll talk about some possible ways to generate revenues, because even now you can generate revenues. And then lastly, I'll open it up for Q&A and for some sharing of the ideas. All right, so let's start. Because I always refer to myself as spiritual entrepreneur, every single decision that I've ever made in my life is based on that spiritual guidance, that guidance from something bigger than me. And what I do know for a fact is that if I'm feeling some type of way, if I'm feeling overwhelmed and stressed out and anxious, if I on some level believe that whatever I'm doing is not going to work, that is just stupid and it's hard, I know that even if I make myself do something, it will never be as powerful and as effective as it could be when I'm in a better state energetically. So before I do anything, I usually do a process that helps me shift to my best self, right? And the video that I emailed you earlier has 10 different tools that will help you shift into your more resourceful state. And today I wanted to share with you the practice that I learned from my teacher called priming. And before we go into the details of the priming, which takes about 15 minutes, 10-15 minutes, I wanted to set up to tell you a little bit about priming and the power of priming. Because on the subconscious level, priming is so important. And to do that, I want to tell you about the study that has been done on a group of women, on a group of Asian women. And the setup was that they were measured on the effectiveness of their math portion of their SAT exam. And as you know, now this is priming, right? As you know, in this country, we have a stereotype that men are better at math than women. Now, this is a part of priming, social priming. We also know that the stereotype is that Asian people are better at math than other people. I'm not saying that it is true or it's the fact, it's just a stereotype. And the stereotype in this particular case serves as a massive priming. So when they did this study, and the focus group was a group of Asian women, they were taking the math portion of their SAT exam, and the only difference between the two focus groups was one group had to check in the box that said, what is your gender? So they had to check female. And the other group had to check a box about race. So they checked Asian. Now, this is all priming. When the results of this study were gathered, the women who checked Asian, right, they identified with being Asian. And remember, the stereotype in this society is that Asian people are better at math than anybody else. So these women, Asian women, did 11% better than the average, or even their own previous score. And the women who identified as women, now remember, the stereotype is that men are better at math than women. That's the priming. That's a subconscious priming in this case scenario. These women who identified as women, as in worse than men, did 11% worse than the average. They did 11% worse than their previous performance on the math portion of the SAT exam. So as a result, this 22% gap is attributable just for that subtle priming. And the power of priming is mind-blowing because it works on the subconscious level. The only difference between these two groups of women is one little box, the checking off of the box before they even took the exam, women or Asian. So what I'm trying to say is that whatever your priming is, even if it's subconscious, even if you're completely unaware of it, is incredibly powerful. And, you know, in this day and age, if you start your morning by looking at the news on a massive level, that priming of fear, that priming of overwhelm, that priming of uncertainty and not knowing what's going to happen, how the economy is going to turn, what's going to happen to my business, what's going to happen to my health, what's going to happen to my loved ones, that priming is going to result in a crappy day. I mean, whether or not you believe it, I mean, this is a power of priming. So what I'm inviting you to do is, instead of first thing in the morning, grab your phone, check the news, I invite you to start your day with this priming meditation. It's really powerful. So I'm going to tell you really quickly, it combines different modalities, and that is why it's so effective. We first start with a breathing exercise. The breathing exercise, pumping the arms and doing a particular breathing, pranayama, literally gets the blood moving through your body. It gets more oxygen into your bloodstream. So instantaneously you feel, like a feeling closer to euphoria. And it happens on the physical level, energetic level, and spiritual level. I truly believe so. After that, we'll go through a process where literally a meditation, you connect to the power bigger than us. And then lastly, we finish up with a mini vision meditation, which is, all the athletes of the world do. It's literally envisioning your ideal result, your desired outcome. You envision whatever it is that you desire already happening. So this is the priming. Priming is, pardon my French, but priming is my oh shit tool. Whenever I feel like I'm completely feeling down, I feel like nothing that I do matters, whenever I find myself super overwhelmed and anxious, I do priming. So let's do that together. So sit up. If your legs are crossed, uncross your legs and just do your best to follow along. Just trust me with this process. I do all the counting. I do all the guidance. You just kick back and enjoy. So we start with the breathing exercise, 3 sets of 30. Lift up your arms. Oh, and by the way, the breathing goes like this. And relax your arms. Put your hands on your lap, turn your palms up and take a deep breath in. And big exhale. Just feel whatever it is that you're feeling. Feel your heart beating in your chest. Feel this energy, this warmth flowing through your body. Take a deep breath in. And let's do the second set. Arms up. relax your arms, palms up. Take a big breath in. Feel whatever it is that you're feeling. Inhale, fill up your lungs. Exhale, relax your belly, relax your shoulders, relax your throat, your jaw. And let's do one more set. Arms up. Shh, 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 shh. And relax your arms down. Take a big breath in. Feel, maybe you can feel joy right now. If you wanted to, perhaps you could feel joy right here and now. Take a big breath in. Feel this energy flowing through your body. Feel your heartbeat. Feel your breath. Feel the sweetness, the pleasure, the joy of your breath. And now put your hands on your heart and take a big breath into your heart. Feel the warmth of your own hands on your heart. And if you wanted to right now, you could feel gratitude for your heart. Breathe deeply into your heart and think of all those moments when your heart has led you. Be proud for all those magic moments when your heart has led you. Perhaps your heart led you through a difficult situation, or your heart led you towards your passion, towards your dreams, towards those things that your heart is yearning for. So take a deep breath of gratitude right into your heart. Something, God, the universe, the superconscious mind, Mother Nature, has loved you so much to give you this heart. You didn't do anything special to deserve this heart. This is a tremendous gift that you've been gifted. Take a big breath in. Your heart beats without you having to think about it. Your heart beats over 100,000 times in a day. Your heart beats even when you are asleep. And as long as your heart beats, you are alive. So take a big breath of gratitude into your heart. And relax your arms down. Put your hands on your lap, palms up. And now imagine a warm, feel-good golden light right over your head. And this sparkly, warm light is entering your body through the crown of your head. And the light feels good. It fills up your head, shoulders, heart, your arms, your torso, your pelvis. The light goes down your legs, through your knees and calves, your toes, all the way to the core of the earth. Breathe that light in into every cell of your body. And as you exhale, see that light go back from the center of the earth, through your legs, through your torso, through your heart, the crown of your head, back into the heavens above you. And breathe that light in. Feel it fill up every single cell, every single particle of your body, every single vein, organ. The light goes all the way to the center of the earth, then back through your body into the heavens, the sky above you. And as this light fills up your body, this light heals every single part of you. This light heals your body. This light heals your emotions. This light heals your soul. Breathe that healing into yourself, into every part of you. This light strengthens you. This light strengthens all the best parts of you. This light strengthens your faith, your trust, your resilience, your strength, your confidence, your resourcefulness. This light gives you power. This light gives you strength. This light gives you ability to find your way to victory no matter what. This light gives you resilience. Breathe this in. I always find my way to victory. I always find my way to victory. This light helps you defy the odds. This light helps you to step up. Breathe that in. And feel the pleasure, the joy of your breath. Feel the pleasure, the gift of this strength, this light that heals you, that strengthens you. And now, one thing at a time, one moment at a time, go to that moment in your life when you were really happy. So one moment in your life that you can be really grateful for if you wanted to. It can be, I don't know, a sporting event, a moment when you met somebody special, something good happened in your life, and whatever that thing that pops into your mind, that's your inner guidance, inner wisdom talking to you. Go with that time, that moment that you are grateful for. And take a big breath in right now. Step into that moment in time right here and now. And through your own eyes, see what you saw then. And take a deep breath in and feel what you felt then. And if you wanted to, maybe you could even smile a little bit, feeling the joy, the happiness of that magic moment. Recreating that feeling that you're grateful for right here and now. And let that moment go and think of another moment in your life that you can be grateful for if you wanted to. What is that moment? Step into that moment right here and now and see what you saw then. Hear what you heard then. Feel what you felt then. Breathing in the magic of that moment. Feel gratitude for that moment. Feel the joy, the pleasure of that moment. And now think of another moment, a coincidence that happened in your life, something that you totally did not expect just happened. You didn't do anything special. It just happened, a coincidence. Maybe that was the moment when you met your best friend or the love of your life, or maybe an idea came to you. Or maybe it was just a lucky event that led you to something really amazing in your life. What is that coincidence? Take a big breath in and go into that moment in time now. And see what you saw then, see all the details. And feel what you felt then. That moment of coincidence. Was that really a coincidence, or was it divine guidance? Now remember that life is always happens for you. Life never happens to you. Even these challenges, even the most difficult challenges, like this big challenge of a global pandemic that we're going through, even the challenges happen for us. Life is always happening for us. And if we learn from this experience, we get a chance to grow and expand and thrive and get bigger and better and stronger and more resilient. This is our opportunity to step up and thrive. This is our opportunity to defy the odds. This is our opportunity to expand and evolve and grow. Can somebody please say yes? Life is always happening for us. It is not happening to us. Breathe that in. And then the last portion of this priming magic, it's a vision meditation. Now think of 3 outcomes, and I'm going to talk you through it one at a time. An outcome, your desired outcome, as a result that you want to happen. Now think of one thing that you really want to happen, your goal, your heartfelt desire, that thing that your heart is yearning for. And right now, step into that moment in time when it already happened. It's a done deal. It happened. And feel what you feel then. In that moment in time when that thing that you really want has already happened. What are you feeling? How are you standing? How are you breathing? Feel all the feels right now. Take a big breath in. When I think of that other thing that you really want to happen, your goal, your desired outcome, your dream, follow your intuition, inner hearing, inner guidance, your divine guidance. And step into the moment in time when that thing that you're yearning for has already happened. It's a done deal. See what you see then. Feel what you feel then. Breathe the way you will feel when that thing is already here. And then another thing, that desire, that goal, that thing that you're yearning for, that thing that brings joy into your life and the life of the people that you care for. Your desired outcome, step into that time when it's already happened. And feel all the feels and celebrate it and enjoy it. And feel the pleasure and the sweetness of that moment when your desire, your heartfelt desire, is already your reality. Take a big breath in, call that moment into your life right here and now. And then internally say, thank you. I love you. Thank you. I love you. Thank you. And take another breath in, big celebratory breath in, and stretch your arms out. Big breath in, open up your body. And you can open your eyes and do a little happy dance, a big celebratory dance, and just feel all the feels right here and now. This is the power of priming. Imagine if you start the day with this process instead of looking at the news or seeing how many people, whatever, how many people died from coronavirus, blah, 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 blah. Imagine starting your day with this powerful priming exercise. This is how you step into your most resourceful state, and it always starts with you. You get to create your own reality. You get to shape your destiny. Yes, even in the time of the global pandemic, even when your business is shut down, even when you're not currently generating revenues, you're always shaping your own reality, and you get to shape a really amazing reality, the reality that you want when you are in your most resourceful state, what I call in a state when I'm connected to the divine. And yes, I always say, if you are listening to this audio, if you're watching this video, if you're here with me right now, you are a spiritual entrepreneur. Otherwise, you wouldn't be sitting here with me. Okay, so just breathe that in. So the next thing that I want to say is this idea of seasons. There are seasons in nature, right? There are winter and spring and summer and fall. There are seasons in nature, and no matter what, seasons change. After winter, there is always spring. After spring, there is always summer. And after that, fall always comes. And similar to Mother Nature, we are a part of nature. We are all one. In our own lives, there are different seasons in life. right? And if you look back at your life, you can recognize those seasons, and you know that after a difficult season, something better always comes. If you're a parent, you know that there are seasons in your child's life, right? There are seasons when they're little babies and then toddlers, and they grow up to be, 30 teenagers and tweens. This is the season that I'm going through right now. And I know that that season will change. And the point is to see the beauty of the season that you're in, and also anticipate the season that is going to come next. In your business, there are seasons. There are seasons of, infancy, and when your business is a toddler, and then crazy teenage years of your business, right? And then your business matures. So there is seasonality even in your business. And the power comes from knowing what season you are in, and your power comes from anticipating what's to come. And guess what, you guys? Right now, we are in winter. Yes, winter is here. Like Jon Snow in the Game of Thrones said, winter is here. And winter sucks, right? The economy sucks. Nothing is growing. The conditions are harsh. It's hard. And, most of us right now are struggling to survive in winter. And let me tell you guys, if you look back, let's look at the Fortune 1000 companies. 65% of Fortune 1000 companies started in winter. They started an economic recession. They started an economic depression. 65% of those businesses started in winter. From my own life, I'll tell you, I started my own business, Yoga One Studios, literally in 2008, literally a week after the stock market crashed. This is the worst economic recession in our recent history. My husband and I started our business literally a week after the market crashed. And let me tell you, since we made it through that winter, this is one of the reasons why we were able to grow our business to 7 thriving yoga studios, make it a multi-million-dollar brand, acquire this beautiful retreat center in Taos, New Mexico, because in a lot of ways, that winter, that harshness of the economic conditions back in 2008, it prevented our competition entering the market. We survived that winter, and as a result, we thrived in the years to come. So what I'm saying is, winter is your season. You will always find your way to victory, and what you do in the winter matters. What you do in the winter matters. If you're sitting and fretting, and if you're in a fear, if you're overwhelmed and totally stressed out, you're gonna die. Your business is gonna die. I mean, I hate to tell you this, but this is the reality. Your job is to come into your most resourceful state. Do the best that you can. Do everything you can in winter, and then anticipate spring, because spring is coming. Coronavirus is not gonna last forever. It's gonna be over. And whatever you're doing right now in the winter, preparing for that spring, so to say, is gonna determine everything. What you do right now matters. The decisions that you make right now matter. The way you show up in your business, in your life, in your family, in your community, with your team matters. So what I'm saying is, start, first of all, by pulling yourself into your most resourceful state. And this is what I'm going to share with you, some of the ideas that we all can do right now in this economic winter, so to speak, in this time when there is winter in your business. It does suck in a lot of ways. Nothing that you sow is going to grow right now. And still, what you can do is, so to speak, metaphorically, prepare the seeds, tend to your seeds. Set out your plan, your strategy for the spring, because as soon as spring is here, you can get back to work. Okay, let's take a deep breath right now. So the history shows us that the businesses who found a way to do whatever they can to the best of their abilities in the winter expanded and grew like crazy when the economic spring came. So I'm urging you to not just sit on your butt and fret and fear and overwhelm, but do these things. First of all, feed your mind. Feed your mind. Just like if you wake up in the morning and you look at the news, you're feeding your mind with crap. You're feeding your mind with fear. And remember, garbage in, garbage out. You cannot put garbage in and expect something creative, powerful, and, life-changing to come out of you. So feed your mind with something that will help you grow, that will help you develop a new skill. Feed your mind with something that uplifts you and inspires you, that helps you step into your most creative self. So what I do right now is I go back to the courses that I've done many, many years ago. I read the books that have inspired me. And then the most important thing is proximity is power. I surround myself with people who inspire and uplift me. So these are my masterminds, the community that I created. These are the communities, my teachers that I look up to. Remember, proximity is power. Surround yourself virtually with people who support you, uplift you, and inspire you. Learn a new skill. If you've always wanted to figure out how to bring your offerings online, this is the time to do it. It takes energy, it takes time, it takes skill to let's say, for example, set up 100% automation on your website, right? One of my courses is called How to Sell Yoga Online and Make Money in Your Sleep. It took me a while. I had to purchase another really expensive course to learn how to do it. I packaged it up for you guys for $22. You can learn how to set up complete 100% automation online and sell your offerings online. That is once you set it up, you don't have to do anything about that. And what I'm saying is it takes time, it takes energy, it takes effort to do that. So learn a new skill. You can update your website. This is the time to do that. You have a lot of free time. You cannot go outside. So load up some new pictures, load up some new descriptions. Edit your website now. Make a video instead of it all being text. Make a really engaging video, and you can do it with your phone. You don't need to have any sort of fancy equipment. Record a video. Expand your social media presence. This is the time to grow your Instagram account. This is the time to provide massive value on your Facebook, on your blog, on your website. Now, you have a lot of free time at the moment, and this is somewhere you can direct your energy, right? And always focus on how can I add massive value to my customers, to my community, to my team? How can I express myself? How can I serve people? Take a deep breath right now. Another thing that I'll say is this is the time when it's really important to communicate. And what I say is communicate to the point where you over communicate, and communicate on all different levels. Over communicate with your team. I've said that before in our previous calls, and I'll say it again because it's really important. Your teams, your employees, your yoga teachers are looking to you for leadership. They look for you for reassurance. They look for you for inspiration and support and empowerment. So communicate with them often. All of my friends who are leading, big companies, not just yoga companies, but they communicate with their teams daily. They make short little videos and they send it out to their teams. And even if there is nothing new to report, still that face-to-face interaction is important. It's really important for your team to feel connected with you. Even if your video is pardon my French, but oh crap, you guys, I'm feeling overwhelmed right now. I don't know what's to come. This is still you being authentic. This is reaching out to your team for help. Hey guys, do you have any ideas? What can we do right now? How can we support it? And in Russian, we have an expression several heads, put together are so much better than just one head. So collaborate with your teams, schedule Zoom calls daily, at least 2-3 times a week, so that you can connect, so you can support each other, and so that you can always generate new ideas that you can implement together. Because whenever you generate ideas together, you'll have a lot more buy-in. People will commit, people will contribute, and people will feel important, valued, and appreciated when they're co-creating with you. Daily communication with your community, right? This is the time when you can do a little Instagram live, Facebook live. This is when you put your face right in front of your community. Do not contract, do not recoil, do not be silent, do not disappear. On the opposite, this is the time for you to connect with your community. This is the time for you to build those strong connections. I mean, do your best, whatever you can, to serve people, to add massive value, to contribute to their well-being. And guess what? When you're serving others, you will always feel better, because deep inside, all of us humans are meant, we are born to serve others, to connect with others, to love each other. No matter how stressed out we are, no matter how fearful we are, in the end of the day, serving other people and connecting with others make us feel loved, important, like we're contributing, fulfilled, etc., etc. So take a deep breath right now. What I want to say about communication, and I mean, it goes without saying, but I just want to emphasize to make sure that you are aware. These are the difficult times. People are stressed out. People are fearful. People are scared for their health, for their finances, for their lives. So be sensitive, right? Be empathic and mirror their emotions. So if people are stressed out and fearful, and you go like, everything is great, look how much fun I'm having, yay, life is good, that's not very, very empathic, right? It's not mirroring where they are, and it's actually does not, you don't connect with your audience when you do that. So what I'm saying is, always start those videos acknowledging what's going on in the world right now, acknowledging their feelings, their emotions, their state, energetic state, without wallowing in it, right? We're all yogis. It's all balance, right? It's all that beautiful dance. It's balance. In the end of the day, it's all balance, yin and yang. And how do you balance being empathic and meeting people where they are, and at the same time, compassionately, lovingly, in a kind way, bring them up, right? Bring them up to a more resourceful state, make them feel better, support them, love them. Okay. So again, do not disappear. This is a time when you stay connected and present with your community, with your customers, with your team. And one of the reasons this is a time when I get to celebrate, and please don't misunderstand, I'm not bragging, but this is this is one of the things I can honestly say, I've done really well. I've connected with my clients, and at Yoga One we had 60,000 yogis. I mean, we had 7 yoga studios, 150 employees. It was a big, big community. And at the same time, I've always set aside time to connect with my clients. And it was always even a little text message, or tagging somebody on Facebook, or sending a DM. This is the time when you get to really connect and support your community, and that personal and individual touch, as much as you can, is really appreciated. Even if it's just a text message, hey, I'm just thinking about you, how are you doing? This will go a really a long way. So set aside time to do that, to connect with your community, to connect with your employees. I'm here in Taos, New Mexico. My retreat center has been closed now for over a month. And every day I text my employees, hey, I'm just checking up on you. Do you need anything? How can I support you? And this is all I can do at this moment. I cannot, provide them with work because the hotel is closed. I cannot give them the paycheck at this moment, but I'm doing what I can. And maybe that's just reaching out 2-3 times a week saying, hey, I'm thinking about you, stay strong. let's pray together. We're going to get through this. And I truly believe that it goes a long way. Just that human connection, true caring and compassion goes a long way. The next thing that I'm going to say is, I'm going to say kind of two a little bit contradictory things, but again, this is a balance, right? We as yogis, we can balance between the two seemingly contradictory things. So one thing that I say, that this is not the time to push and sell your offerings. This is not the time to go hard on selling, because people are scared. People are scared. A lot of people lost their jobs. They're scared for their financial well-being. They don't know what's to come. And in times like that, people tend to contract and hold on to what they have. So if you come out and push, sell every day, you're just gonna have that kind of reaction, right? And we're going for the opposite. We want to connect with people. We want to support with people. We want to love. We want to serve people. So just remember, this is not the time to sell. And again, this is a fine balance, right? I'm going to talk about generating some revenues in a minute, but let me talk about not selling right now. So what I would encourage you to do is come up with ways to serve your community to the best of your ability. Give as much as you can. So if you have like an online offerings, maybe this is the time for you to offer it up for free. I'm offering like this mastermind, I'm opening it up for everybody for free. I have some other digital products that I'm just giving it away for free right now, because I truly believe that they will help. They will help everybody in their inner state, in their energy, the way they think, their focus, their meaning that they make out of it. So I just give it away for free. And at the same time, I ask them to opt in for my newsletter when I give it out for free, right? So yes, you're giving away whatever you can for free, but at the same time, you're building your audience. So if you're giving away something for free, make sure that you collect your customer's email, right? You need your email, so opt in. And I have that course, again, the same course, How to Sell Yoga Online and Make Money in Your Sleep. It shows you how to set up total automation, to set up opt-in using Aweber. Let me just take a deep breath right now. So give away your courses, classes, opt into your email list. Another way you can do is like meditation. If you can find time to record a meditation, give it away for free. Challenges is another thing that is a great way to stay connected with your following, with your audience, with your community. This is something that encourages you to have that face-to-face daily interaction with your community, and it helps them to, we'll call, step up above the line, step up into their most resourceful state. Use social media, use Instagram, use Facebook, use blogs, use your website, use Zoom to serve and support your community. And again, when you shift to your more resourceful state, creativity will come to you. Great ideas will come to you. My best ideas come to me in the moments of meditation, when I'm quiet, when my mind is when my mind is calm, and I always say it's divine guidance. I want to think that I generate all the great ideas, but in the end of the day, I know that whenever I come down, whenever I move my ego out of the way, that's when the divine gives me really incredible creative ideas. And I invite you to do the same. And also, this is the time, again, we're spiritual entrepreneurs. This is the time when I talk about the spiritual laws that are in play here, the universal laws that are at play here. And one of the laws here that I truly believe in is the law of circulation. Knowing that when you give from your heart with the intention to serve your community and to be of help and contribution, you give as much as you can. Give till it hurts. I know that at some point, all of that is going to come back to me tenfold, times 100, times 1,000, times 1,000,000. So know that when you're giving, you are automatically turning on the wheels of receiving. This is the universal law. This is the spiritual law of success, the law of circulation. Give as much as you can, because I promise you, at some point, in some way that you don't even know how and when, you're going to receive so much more in return. Like I already mentioned this, but make videos with your phone and post as much as you can, because that human connection, people these days don't like to read. They don't read anything. It's better off to make little videos and share whatever you have to say with your community. So now I'm going to talk a little bit about ways to generate revenues. And I know that I say this is not the time to push. And again, this is like a fine balance, right? In the end of the day, you are a business. You still have to pay your rent and your utilities, and you still have to put food on the table. So a bigger point here is clearing yourself energetically, mentally, spiritually, right? If you have glitches as in like selling is bad right now, I'm an evil person if I'm selling right now, then, you know, like whatever it is that you're offering is going to have that energy. It's not going to work, right? So find a way to clear the glitches internally before you come up with any sort of offer. And what I'm saying is, what I'm saying is, ponder and think about what portion of your offerings can you move online right now and offer it digitally. I know a lot of you are recording yoga videos online and selling them online. Yes, that's really great. And there is so much yoga out there already. The market is already oversaturated with yoga, free yoga, meditation, free meditation. So when you spend that moment, you know, every day, dedicate time. And actually, by the way, I send you a video with 10 powerful ways to like shift into your most resourceful state, because I truly believe that really great ideas come to you in your most resourceful state. So watch that video, use those tools, and find ways to generate revenue. So let me give you an idea. So when it all started with coronavirus and we had to shut down our hotel, we had an oh shit moment. Roger and I, my husband and I, were like, oh shit. You know, we have mortgage, we have utilities, we have a team, how are we going to make it? You know, I have a team of 10, a family of 10 who are, you know, I'm supporting financially at this moment in time. And like, I had this oh shit moment. So in that moment, it's like, okay, this is not very helpful. Me freaking out right now is not going to help me. So I used all the tools I have: priming, tapping, you know, breathing, cold plunging, you know, intermittent fasting, like all the tools that I've had over the last 10, 15 years, I used them all. I meditated until I was blue in my head. And then we had this really great idea. This is when I call the divine steps in, you know, like in this beautiful, magical chain of events. My husband Roger got an email from the Yoga Alliance that they said that you can lead yoga teacher trainings online because of coronavirus. For the first time ever in history, they allowed to do it online through June 30th, 2020. Roger and I have led teacher trainings for years. We've graduated hundreds, if not thousands, of trainees. This is what we can do in our sleep. Moreover, we love doing it. So in 1 week, we rolled it out. We rolled it out in 1 day. In 1 week, we completely sold out our teacher training, and we were able to generate massive revenues that will help us, you know, to weather the storm at least for a month or two, you know, pay the bills that we have here at the retreat center. So things like that, you know, I truly believe when you sit in meditation, when you calm down your mind, when you step up to your most resourceful state, creative ideas will come to you. So how can you move your offerings online? And then lastly, what I want to say is that this can be an opportunity for you to collaborate with other people, with other businesses. And this is when I say, you know, many of you have really amazing yoga communities, but maybe you haven't had the time or experience yet to create your own teacher training. Or maybe you don't have a Yoga Alliance certification as an, you know, registered yoga school at 200 level or 500 level. And this is when I'll say, like, reach out to us. We can collaborate with you. We can lead a teacher training for you, together with you, and we can arrange some sort of profit sharing that can be beneficial for you and for us as well. So this is a time to collaborate. And I'm not saying like this is the only way. What I'm saying is open yourself up to the creative possibilities for abundance, right? Even in this day and age, like Roger and I were able to whip together this program. We generated $30,000 in 1 week, and we had our first weekend last weekend. It was an amazing process. People are very appreciative. People are very engaged. Like we were able to connect on a level that we've never been able to connect before. And granted, like I'm very aware that I say this is not the time to push and sell hard, but like we offered our teacher training at a 67% discount, right? So if usually we charge $3,500 for our teacher training, we offered it for $999. So it's a massive discount, and it's a massive amount of work on our part, but at the same time, we're adding massive value, we're serving our community, and we're doing it to the best of our ability. So be on the lookout for ideas like that. Be on the lookout for ways to collaborate with other people, with other businesses. This is the time to do what you can and celebrate what you can do instead of focusing on the things that you cannot do, right? This is a very big distinction. And then in closing, what I want to say is that I'm just going to say it, a word about haters. Sadly, there are a lot of, I mean, I don't want to, like, I like to speak blessing into your future. And at the same time, I know like sometimes haters can completely wipe somebody out. And there was a period of my time when I was deeply depressed because of some haters in my life. And I was literally went into self-doubt, and I was like literally, I was no longer believing in my higher purpose and my calling to serve people and to add massive value. So I'm going to say something about haters right here and now. It's possible that when you make yourself vulnerable like that and you show up on social media, you show up online, that there'll be people who are triggered and they'll like hate on you. And what I want to say is like, you know what? It's so easy to just sit on your ass and point fingers. I can't believe in judge, judge, judge. It's so easy. It doesn't take any courage. It doesn't take any effort to just be like, eh. What I say is like, it takes so much more courage and trust and faith to step up and defy the odds and do what you know deep in your heart you were put on this earth to do. So always connect to your higher purpose. Can I just get amen, sister? Because I just got like a whole body visceral reaction, right? If you know deep in your heart that your ultimate drive is to help people, to serve people, to share your passion, to share your love, make that your motivator and let the haters hate. When you make yourself available online in a vulnerable way like that, it's possible that there will be some haters, and just send love to them. They're stressed out, they're overwhelmed, they don't know what to do, they're in fear, they're anxious, they're overwhelmed. So I always just say, I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. It's a Ho'oponopono prayer. I say, may you be loved, may you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be abundant and prosperous. So I just forgive them. I feel love for them, and I let them go. And I also like delete and block. Delete, block. That's all. So this is all I have for you guys. I love you. Please reach out with any questions. For my Yoga Mogul members, what I want to offer right now for you guys is like, if you need my help, I'm available to schedule like one-on-one calls. I'm not going to charge you anything for it. This is just one ways when I give back and support you to the best of my abilities. So reach out.